Now it is happening to you and you're experiencing this, but you must make some effort to try to match it with your heartbeat.
क्योंकि अंदर उसकी रूह है ना, वो कर रही है ना जिक्र, ये भी उसके साथ मिल जाए ना, दोनों पे मिल के करें ना.
Now it's your soul inside that actually is chanting, but now you must make some effort and join your soul in chanting the name and try to match it with the heartbeat.
Can you continue to go to God just chanting with the heartbeat, or do you can also have to do the other zikr, the other?
सुखारी पूछ रही कि अल्लाह तक जो रास्ता जाता है वो सिर्फ अल्लाह अल्लाह जिक्र करने से कि बाकी लताइफ भी जिक्र करें तब होता है.
नूर से जाता है ना, सारे इकट्ठे मिलकर जब नूर बनाते हैं तो नूर से कनेक्शन लगता है ना.
They all get together and make the chanting and make the light. When the light becomes together, when all the spiritual bodies come together, it is that light that makes the connection.
तो जितनी ज़्यादा लाइट होगा ना, तो इतना ज़्यादा दूर जाएगा ना.
The more light you have, the farther the distance you cover. So to answer your question, yes, it's not just one; it's all the spiritual bodies when they all engage in the remembrance.
But if you only did the one, the chanting to the heartbeat every day, and as many times as you could, would the others be automatic, or do you have to do the other zikr as well?
मैं पूछ रही हूँ कि सिर्फ कल्ब का अल्लाह अल्लाह करने से वो बाकी लताइफ खुद ब खुद जारी हो जाते हैं या उनका भी जिक्र लता करना पड़ता है?
करना पड़ता है. उसका वो तरीका सिखाते हैं ना, विषय वाले करते हैं, लताइफ बोलते हैं.
जिसका each spiritual body has to be activated, and you have to do the chanting with each spiritual body, and that is the method that Shaheen does in the zikr that they have once a week, I think it is.
इस तरीके से भी चला जाता है, लेकिन बहुत टाइम लगता है. उस तरीके से जल्दी वो मखलूक में भी.
Just by doing the zikr of one spiritual body, the heart, Allah, Allah, you could achieve that, but it'll take a very long time. But the best method is to do it with all spiritual bodies. So they all combine, they all do the chanting, they all create light, and then that light becomes powerful and big.
ये सबसे अदना जो है ना, वो कलब है. फिर ये सारों सबक सीखता है, सिखाता है, फिर सबसे आला ये है. इसके जरिए भी अल्लाह को जाता है.
The qalb or your heart, this spiritual body, is the lowest spiritual body. It's the first body.
First Allah.
The first, just as you have A in the alphabet. Then the other spiritual bodies, they learn this knowledge, and finally the one in the head, when that starts to chant and create the light, it is the one that actually goes to God.
Do you have to stroke it with your head? My neck is really bad and it makes me really sick to my stomach. And I was wondering if there's a way that I could still do the zikr without bobbing the head, because when I do that,
अगर पूछेंगे जो ज़रबे लगाते हैं ये लाजिम है कि मैंने गर्दन में तकलीफ है, कुछ बीमारी और दर्द होती है?
नहीं, तकलीफ है, सिर्फ तसव्वुर कर लिया करें ना.
If you have a medical condition, then you don't have to actually stroke on the chest. Then just to visualize.
I understand that by awakening the bodies, that then at some point, God willing, the veil is lifted between the heart and I'm not sure exactly where the veil is, but the veil is sometimes people, the veil is broken or lifted prematurely that don't have the discipline of awakening their spiritual bodies.
So पूछ रहे हैं कि किसी मकाम पर जब ये लताइफ जिक्र करते हैं तो वो जो कोई पर्दा अंदर हिजाब है वो क्या उठ जाता है, और ऐसे भी होता है कुछ लोग जिक्र नहीं करते हैं लेकिन उनका भी पर्दा उठ जाता है.
जिक्र के बगैर पर्दा उठता है, मरते मरते वक्त उठता है, या जब जिक्र पूरे नूर फैल जाता है तो पर्दा उठता है.
It is difficult, virtually impossible that some people's veils would be lifted without this zikr. In that case it will only be lifted just before death, but in the other case it's through this zikr and the spiritual bodies.
कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि कोई अल्लाह का बंदा हो तो उसको एक्सीडेंट वगैरह होता है, उस वक्त उसको पर्दा हटता है थोड़ी देर के लिए, तो फिर वो डर जाता है, लेकिन फिर उसके बाद फिर आता जाता है.
It is the case that if one is a friend of God or close to God, and then if that person should suffer an accident but not die, then momentarily that veil will be lifted, and one would become fearful of God. And then when he would recover completely, then that veil would sort of come and go. it would return again.
फ्रेंड ऑफ गॉड नहीं है,
जी सर.
कोई आदमी जिसको अल्लाह
Sorry, not a friend of God. Some person that whom God wished to show the sign.
फिर ऐसे ही होता है ना, जब ये एक्सीडेंट देखता है तो स्पीड आस्ते कर लेता है थोड़ी देर के लिए, फिर प्रोसीड लाइक दिस.
That's what happens. It's just like this. That when you experience an accident, or when you see an accident, you slow down. But after you pass that, then you increase your speed again.
So actually, that's like the people that see the light, or say they see the light, and then come back, and then their lives change.
सॉरी कह रहे हैं कि कुछ ऐसा भी है कि कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि हमने रोशनी देखी है कोई, और फिर वो रोशनी देखने के बाद उनकी ज़िंदगी बदल जाती है, अच्छी हो जाती है.
रोशनी अच्छी भी होती है ना, इशारा भी. अगर रोशनी सुर्ख देखे, आग देखे तो वो तो अच्छी नहीं है ना. अगर सफ़ेद देखे ना तो फिर अल्लाह की तरफ से इशारा है ना उसको,
Yes, sir.
वो बेहतरी है.
Indeed is the case. Many people see different lights. If you see a white light, then that's a direction from God, and that's good for you. But if you see the fire or the red light, that doesn't necessarily mean it's good.
Besides the sound Allah Allah, is there a sound to God? If you,
The sound to the name of God.
no, like certain sounds related to maybe besides the chanting related to angels or to God.
Within the heart.
Just in general, is there like in this one path, spiritual path I've practiced before, they talk about different sounds being associated to different levels of God in your spiritual unfoldment. So in this path is you see the light and you hear